Hey, welcome to The Explainer. So, if you're a dog owner, you've probably been there. The endless barking. It can be one of the most frustrating things to deal with. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? Today, we're diving into how to humanely and, actually quiet the noise for good.
Okay, first things first. We have to completely shift how we think about this problem. That barking, it isn't just random noise. Your dog isn't broken, it's communication. So the real question we need to ask isn't, how do I make them stop? It's, what on earth are they trying to tell me? And that, right there, is the core idea of this whole explainer. Your dog isn't being bad. They're not trying to drive you crazy on purpose. You see, the research shows that excessive barking is almost always a symptom of some deeper need. Maybe they're bored, anxious, scared, or maybe they just haven't been taught a better way to communicate. They're asking for help in the only way they know how.
So our first job is to become a detective. Seriously, before we can even think about a solution, we have to figure out the specific reason our dog is barking. Because the fix for a bored dog is totally different than the fix for a fearful one. The research points to a few usual suspects. It could be anything from emotional stuff, like boredom or anxiety, to instinct, like being protective of the house. It could even be a medical issue. So you've got to watch. When does it happen? Where does it happen? That's how you'll find your trigger.
Let's start with boredom, because it's a big one. Dogs are really smart social creatures, right? So if you leave them alone all day with nothing to do, all that mental and physical energy has to go somewhere. And pretty soon, they're barking at a leaf blowing across the yard just to have something to do.
Now, anxious barking, that just sounds and feels different. It's usually higher pitched, a little more frantic. It's a stress response. Maybe it's separation anxiety when you leave for work or sheer terror from a thunderstorm. This kind of barking is a genuine cry for help. Okay, so once we've put on our detective hats, we can move to our first line of defense, being proactive. This is all about changing your dog's environment and daily routine to stop the barking before it even has a chance to start.
And this quote from the American Kennel Club, it really just says it all. It's one of the simplest, most powerful truths in the dog world. A dog that has had a good walk and some playtime is just way less likely to have all that extra energy to spend on nuisance barking.
So what does that look like in real life? Well, daily walks and playtime are non-negotiable. Puzzle toys are fantastic for getting their brain working. And if your dog barks at every person walking by, a simple frosted window film can be a total game changer. Even just leaving the TV on can help drown out the little noises that set them off. Managing the environment is huge, but sometimes you also have to actively teach your dog what you want them to do instead of barking. This is where positive training is so key. We're not trying to stop a behavior so much as we're trying to teach a new, better one. A great tool here is the quiet command. And what's so important is that you have to stay calm. If you yell quiet, you're basically just barking along with them. The trick is to wait for that split-second pause in the barking. Say your word calmly, and then immediately reward that silence. You're showing them, see? This is what gets you the good stuff.
I love this concept. It's so smart. Think about it. Your dog can't bark if its mouth is busy carrying a ball, right? Or if it's concentrating on lying down on its bed. So when the doorbell rings, instead of just waiting for the barking to erupt, give your dog a different job to do. Go to your place or get your toy. It literally short-circuits that barking instinct.
For those really deep-seated fears, you have to bring out the big guns. And this is a powerful 1-2 punch. Desensitization is just making the scary thing less scary. So you might play a recording of the doorbell, but really, really quietly. Then comes counter-conditioning. That's where you change how they feel about it. Every time they hear that quiet doorbell, they get a piece of chicken. Pretty soon, their brain rewires from doorbell equals scary intruder to doorbell equals chicken. It's amazing.
All right, we absolutely have to talk about what not to do. It is so tempting, especially when you're at your wit's end, to just yell or use some kind of harsh correction. But the research is crystal clear on this. That approach almost always backfires.
And this chart just lays it out perfectly. Look at the two paths. With positive reinforcement, you're building trust, you're teaching skills, and you're actually solving the root cause. With punishment, you're just creating fear and anxiety. Sure, it might stop the barking for a second, but it damages your bond and often creates brand new problems down the road.
And here's the bottom line. Punishment tells your dog what they did wrong, but it gives them zero information about what they were supposed to do right. If a dog is barking because it's scared, and you punish it, well, you just confirmed that there was something to be scared of. You've actually made the problem worse. So, as we wrap things up, let's bring it all back to where we started. Every single effective and humane solution flows from this one principle.
You can't pick the right tool if you don't know what you're trying to fix. Is it boredom? Is it fear? Is it territorial? You have to start there. So here's your game plan, your takeaway. First, be that detective and find the why. Then, set your dog up for success by managing their energy and their space. Teach them what you want them to do instead of just yelling no. And above all, be patient. This stuff takes time and consistency. You're not just fixing a problem, you're building a partnership.
Ultimately, learning to understand why your dog barks, it isn't just about getting some peace and quiet. It's about deepening your bond, learning to actually speak their language. So I'll leave you with this thought. Once you stop seeing barking as a nuisance and start hearing it as a conversation, what else are you going to talk about?